Shelter Mortgage, flexibility, professionalism, and service. Let us custom build a mortgage for you.
Hello, Prudential Sales Executives, for our video message of the week. All right, this week's message is entitled The Upside of Geographical Farming. Now, many of you may have been farming this way for many, many years, and that's perfect. Hopefully today I can share a couple tips that you haven't used before or just add some clarity to what you're trying to do. All right, let's jump in. The first thing you need to do in starting a geographical farm is making sure the farm you pick meshes with your overall business plan of attack and specifically your average sales price. You want to make sure you're not choosing a farm area that already reduces your price in what you're trying to accomplish. You want a $200 average sales price, you want to pick a farm that meshes with that $200,000 average sales price. Makes sense. Next, the other aspect you want to make sure is you got a salable area. A nice rule of thumb for you to utilize is that you should have a 7% turnover in the area you choose. What does that mean? Well, about every 100 houses that you have in there, you should have 7 turnover each and every year. And I have to tell you, 7% is on the low side. You really want it more than that, but that would be the minimum that I would choose. All right, so now you've got a salable area and you got the correct area based on your business plan. All right, what's next? All right, first of all, I want you to see some of these upsides because it's really key. One, when you choose a geographical farm, you focus your dollars spent. All right, because it's all going to one area. And that's a beautiful thing. We all know it's easy to throw dollars here, throw dollars there, and you know what? You really don't have an understanding of where those dollars go, and it's much more difficult to measure, okay, the upside of those dollars being spent. When you have that geographical farm, that gets targeted and focused. The next thing that's so important about this is because you're working in one area, your knowledge, okay, goes up so much more quickly and you learn so much information because you get to hear on a repetitive basis all the information on one area. So as inventory sells or you're previewing, okay, doing open houses, all the different activities, you really start to learn about that area, which is the next point. When you do a listing presentation or a buyer's presentation, you're on. You're on because you're confident. And no one's going to mess with your information because you really understand it because you're hearing it all the time. You know your area and you know the activity, the sales activity that's happening in that area. That is powerful. And we know this. The more confident and the more knowledgeable you are, the better your presentations are. The next super benefit is your name and your face becomes a norm in that area. Because as you mail, as you email, as you do open houses, as you canvass a neighborhood, now people are starting to learn who you are, all right? And you're starting to become a norm in that location. And that's always powerful. And you know, if I know you and I start seeing your success in an area, that makes those presentations, again, that much easier. And last but certainly not least, all your efforts get to build on each other when you're working in one area. Your advertising and marketing is supported by the direct calls that you're making, okay? Everything starts working. Every dollar you spend is really not only generating activity for that potential open house or business right then and there, but it's spreading how successful you are to that area on an ongoing basis. It's a win-win-win all the way around. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.